I'm Colleen. I'm one of the teen librarians here at the Clinton-Macomb Public Library, and I love to bake, especially around the holidays. So I wanted to show you guys today one of the cool things we offer, which is cake pans. And you can actually check these out and take them home for yourself. I'm going to use our tree cake pan today. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can make a really cool tree cake and step by step. So these items are part of our Things to Go collection here at CMPL, and they check out to residents for 2 weeks at a time. You can put them on hold, pick them up at the library, and take them home to use them. So whether you're making your cake from scratch or from a box like I am today, all you need are your ingredients, a cake pan from CMPL, and we will mix all of our ingredients together in a bowl. So I'm going to start by adding my dry ingredients to the bowl. Cake mixes are super easy, and they're a nice little cheap way to get a quick and awesome cake, especially when you're using one of these cool cake pans. So for my cake mix, I need some water, some oil, and some eggs. And I'm actually going to add an extra ingredient, and I'm going to make it a cinnamon cake. So I'm going to add some cinnamon. This is my secret ingredient to spice up any cake mix. You can add as little or as much as you want, however strong you want the flavor to be. I'm adding 1 tablespoon. We've got all our ingredients in the bowl, so I'm ready to mix it all up, and then we'll pour it into the cake pan. So another good trick is to always make sure to grease your pan, especially when you're using a cake pan that has a lot of good detail in it. You don't want your cake to stick. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that my pan is nice and greased, so when I'm ready to take my cake out, it looks beautiful. So now that all of my ingredients are mixed together in my bowl here, I'm going to go ahead and add it right into my cake pan. Got your cake mix in your pan, make sure that you smooth out the top of it so that the whole cake bakes evenly and looks great. So another trick I like to use is to make sure I have a cookie sheet underneath a shaped pan. It makes it a little bit easier to transport the cake and to make sure that the cake bakes evenly. I'm going to take it over to the oven and bake it for the time that my box has instructed me. You follow your directions at home. Now that our cake is in the oven baking, I am going to go ahead and make a really quick and easy frosting, and it's one of my favorite frostings because it is so easy, but it's also delicious, and that's a cream cheese frosting. All you need are 2 blocks of cream cheese, 8 ounces, and 2 sticks regular size of butter. And then powdered sugar to taste. It's entirely up to you, however sweet you want it. I'm going to start by adding my butter and cream cheese to the bowl, and we'll mix it until smooth. One of the tricks I also make sure to follow is to make sure that I take my butter and my cream cheese out of the fridge a couple hours before I'm ready to make my frosting. That way it has time to come to room temperature. It's a lot easier to mix if you do that. So now that my cream cheese and butter are nice and smooth, I don't have any lumps left, I'm going to go ahead and add my powdered sugar. You want to do this very slowly. The more you put in, the messier it's going to be. So since we are making a tree cake, we got to make it green. I have some green food coloring, and I'm just going to add a little bit, however dark you would like your tree to be, and put it right into my frosting. I'm using a gel food color, so it mixes really smoothly. You don't have any added extra liquid. It's always good to start slow, add more green or more color if you need to. Can't take it out after. our frosting is the green color that I was looking for, I'm gonna go ahead and put it into my frosting bag. And I actually really like to use just a zippy bag. I think it's easier. It's something I've always got around, and you can close the top once it's full so you don't make a mess. One of the tips I do also is to fold down the top layer so that you have a clear and easy way to get the frosting in, and you can fold it back up so it's not as messy when you're done. I have a Wilton 1M star tip that I'm going to use to make my tree look like it has leaves and branches on it, but you can also just use a spatula or a frosting knife to go ahead and frost your cake as well. So the cake just came out of the oven. It's still nice and warm, so we're gonna let it cool and then we'll go ahead and frost it. So our cake is out of the oven. It's nice and cool to the touch, and I'm gonna go ahead and use my spatula here, cake spatula, to touch the edges just to make sure it's easy enough to get out of my pan. And that just helps it release. Now here's the tricky part. I'm gonna take my cookie sheet and put it on top, and hopefully flip it over. All right, let's see. Aha, perfect. So now we have a nice cake that we can decorate. Because it's cool to the touch, you can go ahead and frost it at this point. Never frost a cake that's warm, your frosting will melt right off, which you should know. Again, I'm using a Wilton 1M star tip, and I'm gonna make my tree hopefully look like a tree. And it's super, super easy. Anyone can do this with a simple up and down motion all over the cake to make it look like leaves.
Yes.
You don't have to do anything specific, get random, go crazy, make it look pretty, whatever you want to do. So now that we're done frosting, we're gonna go ahead and decorate. I got all sorts of cool sprinkles, and I've even got some edible glitter, so we're gonna make this tree look really festive. So I think I'm good. I've got a lot of cool decoration on here, and I had a ton of fun using this pan. I'm so glad that I don't have to store this at home because I don't really use these all that often, but it's really cool to be able to use it when I need it. I can just check out anything that we have from the Clinton-Macomb Public Library, bring it home, use it, and when I'm done, bring it back and not have to worry about storing it. It's a super cool feature, and I love it.